I'd give it a 9.
I'm on the same boat. 9 for me.
9 for me too, baby.
9. Let's go.
That's big,
Let's
dude.
go.
That's big. That's got to be a good ad to be a 9 like that.
For sure.
Welcome to Click or Scroll episode 8. We got a guest in the house, special guest, Mr. Josh Johnston from Nashville, Tennessee. This guy has scaled some of the biggest creative agencies in the U.S., one of the biggest names in the space, and he's here with us as a special guest to give his take on these ads. Ironically, Josh didn't know this, but over the last few months, he just sent me ads that he thought were good or bad. And today we're actually reviewing the ads that he sent. So let's get started.
All right, so the first ad we have that Josh sent us a while ago is from a company called Zip Top Containers. So let's take a look. All right. Nesting. No lids required. That's nice because you always have to mix and match.
Lots of features.
Definitely. I like that shot a lot. That's cool.
I like
Just in case you need to run over your Ziploc.
Yeah.
100%.
Eat right out of it.
Here's my question though. What happens to the food inside of it?
This is great. Great for steaming. I want to just see like something really random, like a bunch of like human fingers or something thrown in there. Take the heat. These are pretty cool.
Yeah, they are cool. But like,
It says like no plastics or something. I'm like, how does it have no plastics?
probably recycled stuff.
Nice.
Right?
All right,
Yeah.
that's it.
Cool.
All right.
What's your feedback? Josh, let's hear yours first.
So the reason I sent this one is I really like how deep they go with the features. I think if there was one thing that I would get to a little faster is maybe a faster CTA. It seems to kind of drag on a little bit, but they do break it up with some good pattern interrupt with like running it over, like showing like the durability of it and kind of breaking up just the monotony of like feature, and then it's like it is another feature, but it's it's a pattern interrupt in the middle of the video, which I like. So it just kept me engaged the whole time. I watched the whole video all the way through, and normally if you catch me for a whole video, it's a good ad in my book. So
I really liked it. I mainly liked the fact that they're showing all these different use cases because it gets your head spinning of like how you would use it. Because like personally, I probably wouldn't make like little parfaits and shit like that. But like even just seeing like, oh, I could use this as a portable thing for my dog food, or like I can microwave it super easily. Oh, I always am losing the lids to my Tupperwares. Like I like how they were showing all these different use cases. All the footage is nicely shot. I don't know if I would necessarily buy this. Like I'm not necessarily so convinced that I need to buy it, but maybe the next time I'm like running out of all these Tupperwares, maybe I'll think of it.
A stay-at-home mom,
Totally.
and you wanted to like send snacks or bring snacks with you, I think it could be a.
But is
You're
that
totally
the ad
right.
or the product? So here's my feedback. 1, no lids required should be the first thing on the video. That's my opinion. Like
Pretty close.
it should change from like no lids required to like get rid of this.
Or like
this.
a lady like opening up her drawer with all the lids being like frustrated or something. Like
Yeah, exactly.
she
Kind
can't
of-
find the lid that goes to the right Tupperware or
Problem
something.
solution, exactly. Endless uses comes like in the middle of the video, and then they give me like 6 more uses. Like I feel like that should kind of be the last thing in the video before the CTA.
This shot is cool, the top down.
The microwave part was, and by the way, I'm giving feedback like I would give it to my own editing team. So I'm being overcritical always to like make it a perfect ad. I want it to be a 10. And so like for me, microwave safe and steaming are the same thing, and they could have made that into one clip instead of dividing it out into like a total of like 8 seconds across the video. They literally put the broccoli in the microwave, like the same exact broccoli that they're steaming. They put it in the microwave and say microwave safe. Here it is, right? Like why not just show us microwave safe and show it being steamed at the same time? Like
Right.
it gets the message across. And then I think the no plastic part I think should definitely be a little bit earlier in the video, because I think that's a big selling point for a lot of people in this demographic.
Yeah.
And last thing for me, I like totally forgot what I was gonna say. I had one more point and I cannot remember. The watch time on this could be actually a lot lower than we think it is. I would, watch majority of this ad, but I think like if you're scrolling from a perspective, like I'm scrolling on a screen, it starts with like stands up or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, okay, not that big of a deal. But if I see like messy Tupperwares and then like half a second later it's like in this bag that's different, like I'm like, okay, what is this bag? You know what I mean? Like how is this gonna replace the Tupperware? It's a Ziploc bag. You know what I mean? And then I'm kind of more intrigued. And like running over the bag, kind of unnecessary. I would rather have seen a shot of like a zipped bag with stuff in it being thrown or something and not opening. You get what I'm saying? Like that's a better use case for me when I put it in bags and stuff. I'm worried that something's gonna open and leak out. I would rather see that.
True.
I'm never gonna run over an empty Ziploc bag. It's like, has no purpose. You know what I mean? So overall, what'd you guys give it grade-wise? 1 to 10? No sevens,
No
Josh.
sevens. Yeah.
You know the rules.
I'd put it at a 6.
Wow.
I think that they could do less features and more like problem solving of the actual product. Like, hey, what problem does this actually solve, instead of it just being straight features.
I kind of am thinking, like if I was actually grading it, I'd probably give it a 7, but I think it's a little bit better than some 6s I've given before, so I'm gonna go up to an 8 actually on this one. Yeah. Even though it's nothing crazy, it's good. Like I like it.
It's a good product.
I like it.
At the end of the day, right?
Yeah, it's a good product. Yep, exactly.
If the product was bad, this would be like a 4 for me, but the product is good, and so it's kind of an easier sell. I would give it an 8. I think maybe just like a call to action at the end too would be nice, like a more defined, like, this is where the video ends, go get your thing now, where it's kind of just like it ends, and I haven't even, we've watched it like 8 times, like on repeat, and I kind of still don't know like what the ending of the video is. I forgot.
You're totally right. You're totally right. I'm never like prompted at the end to actually go and purchase. All right, so the next ad is from a company called Gravel. Let's take a look.
This is the story of the greatest toiletry bag ever made. But it all started here, with a not-so-great bag. This is Chris. Chris loved to travel, but he hated traveling with that bag.
Curse this bag.
Inside it was impossible to find anything, and there was lots of unwanted touching. No touching!
The copywriter.
So Chris
was
traveled
really
the world
that
looking
scene
for
right
a better
there,
bag, until he found Lance.
My middle name is Lance.
My middle name's Chris.
It wasn't, but it might as well have been, because Lance loved to travel too. And agreed, none of his travel gear was up to snuff, so they decided to make their own toiletry bag, one that unfolds to reveal 8 pockets to keep all your stuff organized.
I love
it comes with a TSA-compliant bag for fast scans of all your gels and liquids. They even designed travel-friendly liquid containers. Fill them, click them,
This shot,
pack
I
them,
love
so you can
how
store
they're
your
stacking
champ
them. They're
like
not
a
just showing
champ.
one thing.
Never
They're
deal with a
champ
soap
like a champ.
apocalypse
Champ
again.
like- and this-
Best of all, when you finally reach base camp, unzip and hang out, and have a bathroom more organized than the one at home. Chris and Lance launched their new bags online, and they did well. Now thousands of people like you are taking Chris and Lance's bag around the world. Here, and even there. Who knew so much toothpaste and shampoo could bring us together? Now, wherever you travel, you can carry your crap without.
This is where I feel like it starts to get a little repetitive.
I was gonna
Little
say
long.
the same
They took
thing.
time off in Vietnam to sip Mai Tais. I'm kidding.
Like
They
this
got to
type of
work
stuff would be
designing
good
their
for
next
like
product,
a
which
website
did
type
take them to
video, but
Vietnam,
not
where
necessarily.
they got to work side by side.
I was
with
gonna say
amazing
YouTube
craftspeople
video.
to design
Yeah.
better travel
Exactly.
solutions. Because
Well,
travel isn't what
and they
do,
go into
it's
like different
who they
products
are.
now.
They decided to call their
I
new
would have just
company
pushed the one
Gravel,
product
because
and
when
then
your tires leave the
Yeah.
asphalt and the gravel, you know
This-
the
the
real
meaning
adventure
of the
started.
name
Gravel makes
is
blankets
kinda
that do this, and
This
even
is
snap
kinda
together
cool. Like, I
like
like
this.
that they're
They
just,
put
like,
their
showing the
signature care
different
into
products so
backpacks
you
that do
kinda
this,
see.
and a day pack that does this,
Exactly.
and a crossbody bag that does this,
target them
and
with
yes,
this stuff.
even that.
This is cool.
So, however you travel, you always feel like you're flying first class. Go to graveltravel.com and start your journey today. Because Chris and Lance, they're just getting started. Isn't it about time you got started?
There we go.
At least they got, the ending screen.
Okay, so I have a really fun fact for you guys.
Okay. Okay.
I own 2 of these.
No way.
Dead
You
ass.
really?
Get
I
out
own
of
2
here.
these. I'm not joking. I was holding my tongue. I didn't want to say anything.
I love it.
But actually, my brother Matthew owns one, and I own 2 of them. So
Wow.
I have the smaller one, and then I have the full size one, which is this one. So
I was about to say, why do you own 2? You just, in case you travel twice
So
at the same time.
so I'll explain. So the one that they're showing in this one is actually the bigger one, and I opted for the smaller one first because I was going on a big trip and I did research into like a good toiletry bag.
Yeah.
And I found this. They're pretty similar, but one has that little TSA compliant bag and the extra side thing,
Yeah.
and the one just has the one thing. I actually kind of prefer the smaller one because I feel like sometimes like, based on how big of a thing you have, that's how much stuff you'll end up putting in it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
because I have the big one, I end up packing more shit
Yeah,
into
yeah.
it, and then it
Parkinson's
just
law.
takes up more. Exactly.
Parkinson's Law?
Parkinson's law.
What's Parkinson's Law?
It's like whatever container that you have, you'll fill that container with whatever the amount is. So it's like if you have a deadline of 1 week, you'll do that within 1 week.
Yeah.
Whereas if you have a deadline 1 day, you'll do it in a day.
Yeah.
That's
Totally
Parkinson's
true.
law.
That's cool. Hope you guys learned something extra
Boom.
today.
Extra value.
I hope none of you guys get Parkinson's.
But I hope you follow his law. All right, so for me, I love the script writing on this ad. I love the hook at the beginning. I love that they tell the story and they focus on the founders and why it was done. I think that gives it a lot of value because it's credibility to like they're solving a problem that they have that other travelers have rather than just making a product to sell. So I think that was really cool. It's like 30 seconds too long. Don't show me all your products. Like Apple advertises AirPods. They don't go AirPods and then they say, oh, also we have iPhones, we have MacBooks, we have MacBook Pros, and we have MacBook Airs.
Yep.
So sell me on the one product, which you did a good job, and then you kind of dragged it out. I would have stopped watching probably like 30 seconds in, but the fact that I even got 30 seconds in makes it a great ad for me. One thing psychologically that they did, I think that was like really effective, was the fact that they based it around people and characters rather than the product. So here's a story, this is the person, and here's the problem that Chris is experiencing, and here's how Chris solved the problem. And so now I'm relating to Chris, I'm not relating to the bag. I'm like, oh, I kind of like to travel too. Oh, I kind of had these same problems as Chris does. And then what I love is in the first 10 seconds, chop, 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 fast clips. Him kayaking, him doing this, him doing this, him doing that, him doing that. It's like eye-catching. It's like, what's going on? And then they slow it down and then get more into the story. But honestly, the whole time they kept the pace of quick transitions between clips, stacking things, keeping it engaging side by side, stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, I would just echo a lot of what Eddie was saying there. I love that they brought characters into it. You know, yes, they showed some features, but they made it relatable to me because I've had shampoo bottles explode in my bag before and it's just a mess. And like when he pulled all that stuff out with like all the goo and he just screamed, it was like, man, like that was the most relatable part to me. And it's like, yeah, like I will probably go, I need a new travel bag, so I will probably go and buy this at some point in time. But the extension at the end where they showed other products unnecessary, just cut that part out, get to your call to action for this specific bag.
I agree with both of you guys. I think the part kind of after the first, 30 seconds, it starts to get very repetitive. I think they could have landed the plane and just been like, buy now. And I'm still interested. I'm clicking to the website to find out more rather than like watching the rest of this video, maybe even getting slightly bored and like scrolling away. I think the thing that they were trying to do really was show off a little bit and show that they're doing more than just this one product. It's not just like a drop shipping thing. Like they spend a lot of time and care and they themselves travel, which was one of the things that, attracted me to it. But overall, I love this ad, but I think they shot themselves in the foot a little bit by just like making it drag on too long.
Yeah, what would you give it?
I'd give it a 9. I think if you just cut that ending out a little bit, make it 30 seconds long, it becomes a 10, but 9. I'm
on the same boat. 9 for me.
9 for me too, baby.
9. Let's go.
That's big,
Let's
dude.
go.
That's big. That's got to be a good ad to be a 9 like that.
For sure. Yeah, they could make a few tweaks, and this would be a 10.
Yeah, literally one edit, and this thing is a 10. So 9. Congratulations, Gravel. I think you guys killed this ad.
All right, so the next ad is from Jambys. Let's take a look.
What are Jambys? They're your new favourite house shorts. The clothes you wear at home are designed for something else. We designed Jambys specifically
the
for
accent
wearing
is
at
great,
home.
by the way.
They're super soft, breathable and stretchy.
I like these little call-out
They're
things.
basically a hybrid of shorts and boxers you can wear all on their own and around other people.
I like
We call it performance
Sides.
in active
This is
wear.
funny. Performance in active
Chilling
wear.
them,
That's funny.
reading them, gaming them, sleeping them. You'll never want to take them off,
like
but
little
please do
subtleties
wash
that
them.
they're dropping in there.
We know it'll be hard. Don't trust ads on the
Yes.
internet. We're with you. Jambys have a 77-day guarantee.
I like the
If
77
after 11
days.
Sundays,
Yeah.
Jambys
It
aren't
keeps
the
you
dumbest clothes you
reminded,
ever
you know?
worn.
Yeah.
It's
We'll
like
give you
30-day
your money
guarantee,
back.
60-day
No
guarantee,
questions
60
asked.
100-day
But
guarantee.
with reviews
Yeah.
like Lindsay
11
Q,
Sundays, like
I
that.
drunk ordered them for my boyfriend. He loves
'Cause I heard
them.
70 times, like,
Or
motherfucker, what they do
Patrick
70
F.
times, they're like,
It's like wearing a cloud. If clouds had pockets. We're pretty sure you'll love them.
Genius way of doing
So
it.
go to jambys.com
Side question.
and try a pair for yourself.
Is this the boyfriend who bought
Jambys.
the...
Celebrate
Is
Jambys.
this a different guy?
I don't know.
We're gonna go boyfriend.
But there we go. I really like this ad. It's really catchy. The voice actor is really great. The graphics on the screen, the way they did all the text is really great. They definitely understand their branding and they understand where they're going. It kind of reminds me of like MeUndies. The one thing that stood out to me was, yes, the 77-day guarantee. I really like that. And also, I really liked how they did the reviews. They blended a written review with an actor like mouthing it, like this part right here, because typically the written reviews just don't have that same punch as like UGC or like an actual video testimonial. So this is a creative way to like take a written review and make it way higher level production and kind of add some character to it.
Agreed.
I really like this ad.
What do you think?
Yeah, so overall, solid ad. I think the part that I like the most is definitely like the accent that they brought into this. It's just so different than anything that I've really seen. Like normally you have either American actors or like British actors, but you know, bringing in like someone that's like Scottish.
Yeah.
Like, or I think that was Scottish.
Yeah, I think so.
Completely different. And so for me, like it kind of keeps your attention and keeps you engaged the whole time hearing him narrate that. The product seems cool. It seems really simple, and they did a great job of explaining it. Echoing Andrew as well, the 77-day guarantee. That's really cool how they brought that in. It's just a little different. I like that a lot. And then, yeah, the review piece right here. Man, what a good feature to bring into.
And the review itself is great. Like I drunk ordered them. Like it's so relatable.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's
100%.
like because people are like, I'm about to drunk order this right now.
Yeah,
you know, like.
The one thing from an ad copy perspective, I think I would change. In the actual text of the ad, it says, "At Jambys, we take chilling seriously. Come see why everyone loves their Jambys, and then use code SUPERSOFT for 10% off your first order." I would caution the business, if we worked with them, to run an offer on top of funnel, because like the first time someone sees your brand, they automatically are going to assume it's more expensive than it needs to be because you're giving them a 10% off. Whereas if they just focus on the 77-day guarantee, that's what I need to know. You know, if I buy these and they actually aren't like as amazing as they are, I'll send them back at the end of the day. And you want the customer who's willing to like value your product at a certain price right out the gate, because businesses like apparel and stuff, especially, are going to depend a lot on lifetime value. So most likely they're probably like breaking even or barely profiting on this first purchase in hopes that you like them and then you buy 2-3 more pairs in the next few months. And so if right off the bat you're kind of giving them a discount, like I'm sure on the email side they're giving a lot more discounts too for people that are already current customers. So I would try to kind of caution away, because those kind of buyers are just going to buy when there's a discount, like Black Friday and stuff. And you already have like an unbeatable guarantee. So I mean, 2.5 months of wearing these shorts to figure out if they work or not, I think is plenty of time. So overall, I give this ad an 8 personally. I think it's really good. The quality's high. The cleverness is there and the copywriting is there. Kind of similar to the last ad, just definitely not as good. One step below that for sure.
Yeah, I also got to go with an 8 here. My one question is, do you have to wear underwear with these?
I think that's the point. It's like you don't.
You don't do it.
I think you don't.
I think you go commando with these, 100%.
Yeah.
I was gonna say there's a couple of comments that are really funny. This one is Shrek narrating this? That's one of the best comments. And then this guy says, blah, 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 about to have the bat. A word of caution for guys, depending on how you sit or spread your legs, you might slip out a little. So be careful if you're around other people. So maybe you might want to wear boxers underneath.
Depends who's coming over.
I mean,
Depends
if
who's
you're
coming
just
over.
hanging, if it's just Eddie and I hanging out at home, you know, it's
What's
like,
hanging out?
Hanging out. Eddie and I and the boys are all hanging
the boys
out.
are all hanging out.
Overall, this episode, I think we had some pretty good ads. I'm glad you shared this with us.
I didn't give my rating.
Oh.
Okay.
Well,
go
I
ahead.
give it an 8 as well.
Overall, though, really good ads by Josh. Thanks for sharing with us.
Of course.
Thanks for coming on to the show.
Thanks for having me.
And if you guys want to, look into Josh more and kind of see some awesome stuff that he puts out in the creative marketing space, check him out on Instagram. It's
Joshi Kobayashi.
spell that.
JOSHYKOBAS.
Whatever, it's in the
It's
description.
on the
Go down and
screen.
listen to him. It's somewhere on here. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll see you guys next episode.
Peace.